Hello, welcome to episode 265. Today we're going to be making matrix sort of bullet time or the super hot game style slow arrows. So we can click on something, the arrows slow down, we can dodge around them, we can click again, and then the arrows speed up. Now in later versions, you can use the tick speed and turn down the speed of the entire game. We're just going to be affecting the arrows. We found this online. I didn't make it. Arctic Panda Pro was making something and wanted to be able to slow projectiles down, and we found this, and it looked really cool. It's from a post originally by Squidga, I think is the name. I'll put a link to that post in the description. But let's get on so we can do some arrow dodging. We'll do a setup. Okay. Going to need some scoreboards. Scoreboard. Objectives. Add. I'm going to copy that because I'm going to be using it again. I'm going to call this one used carrot on a stick, and it will be of type used carrot on a stick. There we go. Done. Let's pop this down here, and we'll say X. We're going to store the X position in there. Dummy. Done. Control, middle mouse, get two more, because we also want the Y. And we're going to want the Z. There we go. Now we're going to want to give ourselves a carrot on a stick, and I'm going to tag it. So you have to use the special carrot on a stick. You can't use any one. Give carrot on a stick. Done. We will give nearest player carrot on a stick. I'm going to give it a custom tag. I'll call it my slowStick. SlowStick true. Let's give it a name as well. Why not? Display. Name, two apostrophes, the curly brackets, speech marks, colon, speech marks. The name is going to be made of text, and the text will be toggle effect. I want two words. There we go. Done. We'll have that. Seems to have the effect. Okay. Now we need a controller to check if we use the stick. So we'll make that. Yoink. This will be our controller for used carrot on a stick. Done. I want the coordinates of this block, so I'm going to copy them. Fill, tab, tab, tab. Copy. Done. Okay, we're going to execute as any player. That player must have a scores or scores. Used carrot on a stick must be 1 or higher. We put the score first because we're going to do an NBT check. Now if the score doesn't pass, it won't do this check, which is why we put the NBT check as last as possible, because we don't want to do them really because they're very, very slow. And we're going to check the selected item. That's watch out for spelling mistakes. Those are always the nasty things. That selected item has to have a tag. And the tag it has to have is the one we gave the thing when we summoned it, or gave it to ourselves, which was slowStick true. Okay, so if we've all done all that, we will run set block to coordinates I did copy. We'll set a redstone block. I will type replace. You don't have to because it's the default. Done. I'm going to run that. Won't do anything now. Put it on to repeat. I'm going to run that. Okay, well that's not very useful. Right. First thing, I don't want it to keep coming back. The reason it's keep coming back is because we need to reset our carrot on a stick score. So let's do that. And we'll make this conditional. We'll only reset the score if someone has used a carrot on a stick. And we'll scoreboard players reset. And we just say all players. All players, or if you want, you can put the scores in there. Scores equals used carrot on a stick. I'm just going to not do that. I'm just going to say all players. Done. Right, now it's not coming back. If I use it, so I right click, click, it's back. Click, it's back. Cool. Now I want that to also automatically reset itself. So here, what's that hole? Go away. here I'm going to put a block, set block, one above me to white wool, replace. Okay, let's try that. So we should get a pulse. There we go. We've got a pulse coming through every time I right click, 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 click. This is going to be our toggle. Toggle. Right. What we will do is we want to toggle a score. We can use one of the scores we've already made. We don't need to make a whole new score for this. So let's execute store success as a score. Now we need a fake player. I'll call them slow toggle, and we'll just use the carrot on a stick score again. If score slow toggle used carrot on a stick matches 0. So if the score does match 0, then we have a success and we'll store a 1. If the score matches 1, we won't have a success and we'll store a 0. So we're just going to be toggling between 0 and 1, 0 and 1. That's cool. Okay, now let's do something with that. We will execute if score slow toggle, and remember you can put the little hashtags on the front there and they won't display up on the scoreboard, or just don't display them on the scoreboard. They used.coas. If it matches, let's say 1, let's press done. So if it matches 1, I want to start the controller. Okay, my controller is going to go here. So we'll put a block there, and if it matches 0, we want to reset the controller. Okay, so let's get the coordinates of this block. Tab, 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 control copy, and this will be our controller for slow motion. Done. That's fine. And let's just say, let's literally just say something. Let's just say hi. Okay. And here we want this one to reset itself, so we can actually just copy this block under here, pop you down there. Yes, that's the reset. Pop a bit of white wool on there for now. And this will be stop. And the stop is basically going to set this back to white wool. So we'll get those. I think we've already got those coordinates. So let's just do set block those coordinates white wool replace. You don't have to type replace. It is the default. I just like to do it. Done. Now we better change this one. So it's changing that. So we'll have run set block those coordinates redstone block replace. Done. And I'm going to copy that, pop it down, and we're going to say, well, if the score equals 0, then we're not going to run that one. We're going to power this one. Fill, tab, tab, tab. Now the reason we don't just turn this one back off is because there's other stuff we want to do as well when we reset. So what have we got now? Let's have a look. Let's do a little check. So I'll use my stick. Nothing's happening. There we go. Right, so it's all working. Our controller is running. It's saying hi. If I put something in chat, it should just scroll up, yeah. And then if we click again, the number will be different, and we'll run this one, and that should stop that one. Cool. Okay, so we can clear chat. Click. Controller's running. If I clear chat, it just comes back. Stop. Chat stays cleared. Okay, let's clear my inventory. Get myself another carrot on a stick, please. I need that. Let's make the controller. First thing we want to do is we want to save its current motion. So we will execute as any entity type equals arrow tag equals not, so it doesn't have this tag, saved motion. And then we will store the result as a score on the arrow into its X score. What do we want to store there? Run data get from an entity from the arrow, and we want to get its motion, and we'll get X, which is 0, and we'll times that by 10,000 because we can't have decimal points in scoreboards. So we'll times it by 10,000 to get a bit more accuracy. Done. Control middle mouse, 1, 2. You will be always active chain. Now we want to do the Y. End. I lost my end button for a moment then. Y is in motion 1. Done. And chain always active. We want to get the Z. Z is in motion 2. Okay, so we have stored the motion. Now that's going to keep happening. So we want to do some more things. I'm going to take away its gravity. Let's go in here. And I'm going to copy this bit at the beginning. Execute as type arrow tag equals not saved motion. I'm going to copy that. Copy. Do the same again. I'm going to run data merge into that entity, so into the arrow. And I'm going to take away its gravity. No gravity equals true. I don't know why we have negatives there. Instead of saying no gravity equals true, why not just say gravity equals false? Who knows? Anyway, now we've saved its motion and we've removed its gravity. Now I want to give it its motion back, but we want to divide it by a higher number so it's slower than it was before. So let's pop this down here. We will execute as type arrow tag equals save motion again, and we will store a result onto the entity. Which entity? The arrow. And we're going to store it into its motion. 0 being its X. It's a double. And we'll times it by a high number, but times it by a low number. So we're dividing it. Okay. Yep, that should do. That will slow it down a bit. Run. Where are we going to get that number from? We're going to get it from its scoreboard because we saved it. Get as S, and we'll get its X. Done. Control middle mouse because we need the Y and the Z. Y is in 1. There's the Y. Z is in 2. There's the Z. Okay. Copy its current motion when we first arrives. If it's not tagged, copy it as a score. Take away its gravity. Copy from the score back onto the arrow, but we've slowed it down. Now we better tag it because we don't want to do that again. So let's tag it this time. So execute as any arrow which doesn't have the tag save motion. Run tag entity add saved motion. I'm pretty sure that we can change that command, but we'll just get it execute as because we're not doing at, so we could probably just take this selector there, let's copy that, take away that, and just do that. Tag all entities type. Yeah, there we go. That should do. Done. All right, now that should work, but it's going to be a little bit jerky as it flies through the air because it's not going to update its position enough. So now we're just going to do the little update position trick by constantly modifying a tag on it, and we're going to modify its air tag. Execute as any entity type equals arrow tag equals, this time we want them to have the tag equals save motion, store result entity into that arrow, into their air NBT as a short -1 run data get from an entity yourself air. All this is doing is just forcing the arrow to say, hey, I'm here, and it updates its position a bit more. Done. I believe that would probably work. It's a scary bit where we have to try something. Let's get a bow and an arrow. Should I try it now? Who knows? Let's just try it and see what happens. Is it on? No. Toggle it on. It's on. Fire an arrow. Okay, the arrow is definitely going slowly, and we can see its score there. Hello, arrow. I think that just maybe bounced off me. Okay. Right, let's kill that arrow because we don't want that just flying around there. Entity, kill type equals arrow. Go away. Okay, so that's a start. Let's turn it back off. Nice. Now let's do the stop. Because when we stop running the effect, we want to speed the arrow back up again. Now, I'm going to set that to white wool, but the command might be here, and it's still got a lot to do. So I think what we'll do is we'll copy this and move it to the side here. Now that will give us an instant reset, but let's put a little delay before we do the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to use a repeater. Come here, Peter. Right, put him there. Little tiny bit of a delay. So that should give this, if it's halfway through running these commands, this will give this enough time to finish. Okay, now what we're going to do is basically we're going to get that score again and copy it back onto the arrow. In fact, what we can do is we go 1, 2, 3. We can find. Here it is. This is where we're copying it on. Let's copy those commands. I'm just going to clear that. So control middle mouse. We'll have 1, 2, 3. And we'll put them down. We'll have a look at them just so you know definitely know which ones I copied. Needs redstone. Always. Needs redstone impulse. So what we've copied is the one execute as type equals arrow. This time we'll have to say if it does have saved motion, so we'll take away that exclamation mark. We will store the result into your motion, and we want to speed it up, so we will take away one of those zeros, but we're still going to get it from your X score. Okay, that's all right. Done. Next one, home. You will have the tag save motion, so we better get rid of that exclamation mark. We're going to store the result. Yes, yes, yes. But we want to speed you up, so we'll change that. Y. Done. Next one. Same again. Save motion. Change the multiplier so it's not dividing it by so much. Okay. Now we better give it its gravity back as well, actually. So let's do that too. Let's go to the beginning of this. We'll copy that bit just so I don't have to type it. Which bit did I copy? Here it is. Execute as type arrow tag equals saved motion. And we will run data merge into an entity. The arrow. No gravity equals no. It's just gravity equals yes. Much easier. Okay, so we've given its gravity back, and now let's take away that tag. Tag all entities type equals arrow tag equals saved motion. Remove saved motion. There's your tag back or taken away. I think we're done. Let's clear. Reset the chat, F3 and D. go and get myself one of these little dudes. Let's get a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow. Okay, let's turn it on. Boom, exciting sound effect. You could put sound effects in here as well if you wanted. So where we've got, if it matches one set block there, we could also put just after it, if it matches one, play sound, exciting sound. I don't think there is a sound called exciting sound in Minecraft, but you know what I mean. Okay, we've got a slow arrow. And now, if we turn it off, whey, off it goes again. Nice. Okay, let's remove that annoying scoreboard thing we've got there. Scoreboard objectives. Set display. Onto the sidebar. Nothing. There we are. So we can turn it on. Fire an arrow. The arrow goes super slow. And then we can turn it off. Nice. Okay. So it's definitely working. Let's do a bit of testing. Let's do a bit of silly testing. Let me grab one of them. And we'll put it here. And we'll pop a button on top of it. A little polished blackstone button. We'll put you on top of there. And we will do summon skeleton at these coordinates. And I better give you a hat or you'll just burn to death. So what's that? Armor, items is a list. Nothing on your feet, nothing on your legs, nothing on your chest, but you want a hat. ID count equals 1B, and we'll pop in there just an oak button. You won't be able to see it, but that's enough to keep the sun off them. So that'll stop him burning, but he's not going to have a bow, so we better give him some hand items as well. Nothing in the left hand. Now we got this round the right way. Hand items is a list, so square brackets, naughty naughty. I can never remember which one it goes in. I'm going to put it in this one and we'll see what happens. Give him a bow. It shouldn't need arrows. I'll just do an impulse for the moment. Just do one. Hey! Why are you burning? You're not happy with our oak button. Armor item. That's probably supposed to be items. He's not burning. Look, your friend's not burning. He's got a bow. I'm assuming that's going to work. Shush, 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 shush. Let's put it on repeat. Let's spawn a load of them. Let's get our carrot on a stick ready. Ah, I made Monster Hunter. And let's put ourselves into survival. Okay. Right. They're all firing arrows at me normally. Let's turn it on. Oh, now we've got arrows we can dodge. Hey. Let's get them all firing. Oh my god. So they're all firing. We've got lots of slow arrows going around. And if we turn it back off again, whoosh, turn it back on. All the arrows are going slow. And turn it off. That's pretty cool, actually. Oh my god, turn it on. And turn it off. I could play with this all day. Anyway, that's enough. Let's get rid of them. Quick, quick. Creative mode. There we go. Well, I've got a bit of a mess to tidy up by the look of it. That is how we make sort of matrix go away. It's the outro. Do you just want to be in the outro? Yes, you certainly do. Okay. So from me and Skelly here, that's how you make super hot or matrix style arrows. Do keep into account that arrow damage is based on the speed of the arrow, I believe. So these arrows, when they hit you, are probably not going to do much damage unless they're going back at normal speed. Anyway, that was a bit of fun. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.